What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the 411 podcast. Tonight, we're going to have a great show tonight. We have my brother coming in, Jacques Washington. Can't wait to catch up with him and see exactly what's been going on in his world. But before I go ahead and get started, I want to make sure that I'm real clear as far as how I go ahead and start this thing off tonight. I want to give a very special thank you to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and serve each and every one of you out there. People who are coming through, months from now, people who are going to get this message, maybe even years from now. I'm just so thankful that I'm in this position to be able to deliver this the way that I can. So, I had today to think and reflect during this whole process, this whole journey. We getting ready to close out the year soon. So, it was some time for reflection for me today. I knew I was coming out here. I knew I had Jacques coming on tonight, and he's powerful on his own. And the message that I have tonight is powerful as well. So I had to, take some time to reflect and get with myself. And this has been just an amazing experience. An amazing experience. And I have to make sure that I give credit to the people who put me here. And I want to start by my executive producer because without him, none of this will be possible. I'm so thankful for the new shift, the transformational shift that has gone on within me, with my mindset, for me to be able to, give you all this message, for me to, first of all, hit the reset button, for me to be able to speak this type of stuff into my own world. So, it starts with me first, and then after that, then I'm able to deliver it to other people. So I'm just so thankful that God has allowed me to shift my mindset and become a different person, totally different person than what I've been used to living, all of the years that I've been on this earth. So I want to just make sure that I'm very clear. This is a very powerful message tonight, and I want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you out there. People who are listening for the first time, the best thing that you can do is please like, comment, share, subscribe, tag a friend. Just bring people into the 411 podcast. The messages come from all different types of directions, and you never know, what you're going to get when you get it. So we're here tonight, and I want to thank my family for just supporting me all of the years as I continue during this podcast journey. Thank you all for accepting me and understanding because, this is a little different. So thank you for that. I want to say what's up to SOS, Lavella, Nate Perry, David Wayne Fox, Juicy, all the way from the Bronx. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate everything about you. List goes on and on as far as the people. Ian West, thank you so much. We're going to get him to come back on the show real soon. Like I said, the list goes on and on and on. So I definitely want to go ahead and get a shot. What's up going on, Nene? I definitely will be reaching out to you soon as well. So let's get right on into this here. Soul Agenda. Soul Agenda is just so important for me because there were so many times where I didn't even know what was going on with my soul. It was lost. It was gone. And now I'm at the point with my life where I actually have it back. So when I think about track 14, Soul Agenda, the song that comes to mind is Kelly Price. And when I say Kelly Price, I'm talking about healing. And in healing, she speaks about I need a healing for my soul. So when I didn't know who I was, because I was too busy running around chasing after somebody else, running around attaching myself to so many different people, places, and materialistic things, at that moment, that this song like speaks to me. I need a healing from my soul at that moment, and that's when you cry out when you know that you're doing things incorrect, you're living the wrong way, you're living in ways that probably if someone closest to you that really love you and knew you would be like, come on now, you know a little bit better than that. What's going on, Hot Talk Shop? Thank you so much for joining in. Please let me know where you are calling from. The best thing that you can do to help is please go ahead and tag a friend. Thank you so much for the love. But I was in a point where I needed healing for my soul, but I was so much spinning out of control that I didn't even know better. That it took somebody, my executive producer, my higher power, it took somebody else to step in to get me in check because I was spinning completely out of control. So, song of the day, Kelly Price, Healing, off of the 2006 album, This Is Who I Am. And see, the most profound thing, what's going on, Bethany? How are you? The most profound thing is that once you get that healing for your soul, you can actually stand once you have been healed and say, you know what? I get that I was living this way in the past. I get that I was way stretched out way over here and I was doing some things that were just not like me. But the fact that I'm healed right now, I know who I am. So shout out to Kelly Price for that title. This is who I am. 2006. The song is Healing. And we speaking about soul agenda tonight. So the question that I have for each and every one of you out there tonight is, do you know what your soul agenda is? Do you know what your soul purpose is here in this world, in your world? Because remember, we live in our own worlds. Do you know what your soul agenda is? And if you don't, trust and believe I understand because I've been there before. And see, the problem is that I had to get with myself. I had to be solo. I had to be soul, which is SOLE, just uno. What do they say? Make sure I got this right. Numero uno. See, I had to get with soul. SOLE. I had to understand what my soul purpose was. I had to dig deep. I had to, rediscover who I was. And because of that, because I got with myself, now I'm able to feel it deep down in my soul. SOUL. And soul is that spirit. So it's deep down in my spirit because now I know who I am. So I'm going along with my soul agenda. This is what my soul, this is what my spirit says we should be doing. And right now, my spirit says, okay, listen, we're going to go ahead and do this 4-in-1 podcast. We're going to go ahead and give these messages through this 3 evolution. And during this process, we all going to evolve. We all going to heal from this process here. So that's what my soul agenda is right now. And I would not be able to give y'all this 4-in-1 podcast. I would not be able to come out here night after night after night, especially when I started in 2020, night after night after night, message after message after message, guest after guest after guest, if I had continued on a path of following somebody else's agenda. See, you have to know what your soul agenda is. And sometimes the only way that you can figure out what your soul agenda is in the title. Soul. SOLE, which is one person. That's you. Getting with yourself. Getting in some silence, because I've said that so many times before. And when I say silence, some people think, oh, well, talking and, sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's our phone that we might have to unplug ourselves from that situation. Sometimes it's the Netflix. Sometimes it's too much of the TV. Sometimes it's too much of the news. And yeah, it might be that phone. It might be the texting. It might be the conversations if you're old school and you're on the phone with somebody and they're bending your ear for hours and hours and hour on end. Your job, sometimes we can't avoid that. We got to go to work, 40 hours a week, right? So, but it's what are we doing when we do have our downtime? Are we getting in our soul purpose? Are we digging deep to figure out who we are? Because sometimes once we get out of a situation, we jump and we run into something else. And then we jump and we run into something else. And then you got the car radio blasting. And then you got this situation going. And you got this person pulling you in this direction. You got that person pulling you. When you have all of that stuff going on, you have all of those attachments and you have all of those things going on, sometimes it's real hard for you to be able to figure out what your soul purpose is, what your soul agenda is. Track 14. Soul Agenda, Song of the Day, Miss Kelly Price. Healing. How many of you out there need a healing for your soul? And check this out. I have this for you here. This is from Jacqueline. Let me make sure I get her name properly. Jacqueline Novogratz. So Jacqueline says, monsters will always exist. There's one inside of each of us, but an angel lives there too. There's no important agenda than figuring out how to slay one and nurture the other. When I came across this, I was like, oh, what? Man, I'm going to break this down. Monsters will always exist. There's one inside of each of us, but an angel lives there too. There's no more important agenda than figuring out how to slay one and nurture the other. So there's always going to be something going on. As we continue to step into our soul purpose, that's the angelic side. That's that spiritual side. That's what we came here on this planet to fulfill. Okay, there's always going to be that opposing side that's telling you the opposite about the direction that you're moving in. So now that we know that this type of issue will always exist, that's why we have to learn how to become the master of our own mind, and we have to continue to keep pushing, and we have to continue to keep striving, because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be some sort of, situation lying ahead to trap you, to figure out if you're going to go ahead and take bait or not. But there's an angel inside of us. Just as there's monsters, there's an angel inside of us too. But there is no more important agenda, keyword important agenda, than figuring out how to slay one and nurture the other. Because you get it once you learn how to conquer, once you learn how to slay, once you learn how to defeat the one. And then after you've done that, then now we need to focus on nurturing, caring for, uplifting. Because the more that we do that, the easier it is for us to be able to keep that other side at bay. Because remember, monsters will always exist. Shout out to Jacqueline Novogratz for that. That was amazing. I love it. I also want to give a very special shout out to author Retta Flag. So Retta Flag came in on Friday on Reading Between Wines, and what a great show. Great breakthrough, lots of healing, lots of conversations. She tagged a bunch of things on Instagram and Facebook as well, as far as anyone who wants to join, her spiritual meditations. Definitely check out author Retta Flag. And let me make sure I got this right. Her book, please go ahead and check out her book, A Seventh and an Eighth. Like I said, we were going back and forth. Great conversation, spiritual conversation. I met Retta Flag last year. She came on Disc 2, and I'm just so thankful that she's able to come back here and embrace us and give us all of that knowledge and encouragement and inspiration. You definitely will get that on the last Reading Between the Wines. So please go ahead and check out that replay. Now, the burning question that I had, when Retta Flag was on, is check this out. So let's say that the celebrities, the rich and famous, the elite, what's going on, Kim? How are you? The elite. What would you do if the celebrities, the elite, the rich and famous, they had access to special X-ray glasses? X-ray glasses meaning they're going to be able to see through whatever. How would you look at the celebrities after knowing that? Would you look at them in a positive light, or would you look at them in a negative light? So that was the burning question from the night before. There's these new special X-ray glasses that are available only to the elite, rich, and famous, basically the celebrities. So would you look at celebrities different if they're all of a sudden rocking these shades? Would you feel a certain way? And Retta Flag definitely broke it down. I'm trying to make sure that I give this justice. Basically, the celebrities, they see a lot of stuff that we don't see anyway. So what's new? And a lot of times, these celebrities, these people, the rich, the famous, whatever, depending on who you are, because not everybody, mainly the celebrities, let's keep it that way, they already see too much as it is. And because sometimes they see too much, it's not a pleasant situation. So would I look at them a little bit differently? I say no, because listen, they've already been experiencing this type of stuff anyway. So what's the difference? They see a hell of a lot more than what we see. And some of them, they don't care to see those types of things. So Anyway, that was the burning question. Now, if you have a burning question that you like me to answer, you want me to vibe off of anything that you have going on, or you want to go ahead and get feedback from, the Tonight Show, please go ahead and text me at 609-738-0611. Now we have Jacques Washington coming in here tonight. We definitely going to go ahead and get you motivated. He's a fitness trainer, lifestyle coach, fitness coach. Make sure I got to give him some justice. What else do we have here? Jacques Washington. Family man. Definitely can't forget that. Congratulations. He just started a family, so we don't speak to him about that. And he's a NASM, which I'm not quite sure what all of these things are, but he's a NASM certified personal trainer. So we're going to go ahead and get Mr. Jacques Washington in the building here so we can figure out what's going on in his world. It's been about a year since we spoke to him. Thank you so much out there. Like I said, best way you can go ahead and support the 411 podcast, Reading Between the Lines, is please like, comment, share, subscribe, tag a friend, invite them in so they can vibe around with us too. So we got Mr. Jacques Washington coming in the building soon.
Hello?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the 411.
Thank you for having me.
It's always good to bring people back.
It's been a while.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, it's good to bring people back who who've been here before. So I appreciate that. So,
Yeah, no, like I said, thank you for having me again. Thank you.
absolutely. So, what do you have going on in your world? Let everybody know where you're calling from tonight.
Well, I am from El Paso, Texas. Moved back probably like 2 years ago. For those who don't know, it's in Florida, Texas, in the westernmost part. Borders right there next to Mexico to Juarez. Out here, I am just, I wouldn't want to say just living, but, just training, personal training, coaching, and I'm just enjoying my life with my son, and he's about to turn 2 in about 3 months.
Yeah, congratulations.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I got going on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, last time we talked, he wasn't even 1 yet.
I know, right? So, wow. So now, is that your sole agenda? The personal training aspect of it?
Just strictly personal training, is that my main goal?
Yes, it's that. You have is that, of course, that's your main goal, right?
No, I personally feel like as I've grown over the past year or so,
Okay.
that I'm really starting to hone down on helping people just mentally and with their lives. The physical aspect can only get you so far.
Okay.
It takes a whole different type of mentality in order to help push you to places you've never been or places you thought you would never go to. And there's a verse from Kanye, one of his older songs, I Wonder. And
Yes.
it says,
I love it.
You can still be, and it says you can still be who you wish you is, even if you ain't made it there yet, and that's what intuition is.
Can I tell you that is one of first of all, I don't mean to interrupt, but that is one of my favorite records. All I'm telling you is so dope. I wore that out, and even in the beginning of this year, I was wearing that song out. I love the way it just come on, and I love the remake of it. So, he sampled from whoever he sampled from, but I've even done research to listen to the original one. Ah,
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just such a beautiful thing to hear, and it just reminds me that, a lot of times people get stuck or feel like they're stuck and they don't know what to do. And being able to help people realize that you're not really stuck. You're just probably doing the wrong thing, or you're probably doing the right thing the wrong way. Or you're probably you seem to change your approach. And that's just something that I feel like is more important to society, and more impactful, rather than just focusing strictly on physical fitness, which is still important. But I've come to realize that mentality really goes a long way.
So where do you come into play? I know you've done the physical aspect as far as being a personal trainer, and so where did you come into as far as wanting to help people other than the physical aspect of it? What are some things that you have set up?
Yeah, so some things I have set up, it's really mainly just through the personal training aspect of things. I kind of just offer it there. I do try to make it a priority rather than a choice, kind of. And at the same time, it's something that I'm kind of working on getting set up to where it would be in a gym.
Okay.
But as of right now, when it comes to receiving people to help, help guide them in the right ways and all that stuff, it's right now just really just strictly word of mouth.
Okay.
And then you answer that question. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So it's still small, but building.
Yeah. Well, you gotta start somewhere. So the fact that you are already speaking about it, that's obviously moving you towards the right direction.
Right. Exactly. And that's the goal. It's just remain consistent and all will fall into place. As long as I'm doing what I'm after, which is just to help others, I'm in the right space.
Now, before you got to where you are here today, I just want to go ahead and reminisce a little bit and go back. I know you said that at once before in your life, you were like so far away from physical fitness. You were so far away from thinking positive. So the fact that you are on, this agenda now, you're stepping into your sole purpose. What was the shift like for you? Um, who inspired you? What was the groundbreaking point? What was the rock bottom shift for you? What was that part like?
So for me, I think one of the really one of the eye-opening moments for me was when I stepped on a scale and I saw that I weighed 117 pounds and I'm 6'3".
117?
That's a problem. Yeah, 117 pounds and I'm 6'3", and this was way back in late 2016, early 2017. And I was just like, I've got to make a change somewhere. And one of the catalysts that really kind of propelled me forward was the job I had at the time. It was really centered around helping these juveniles and helping them, kind of problem solve. So within helping them problem solve, it allowed me to problem solve for myself as well, and kind of changed my mentality, and it changed how I approach things. And when I started to do that, then I started to surround myself with other individuals who were not chasing the same thing, but had similar mindsets at that time. And, that included my wife and a few friends. So for me, being surrounded by like-minded individuals who really kind of helped me keep that drive. Because at that point, I didn't feel like I was living by comparison. I felt like
how did now,
So that was
now how does that happen? 117 pounds, and you said you're 6'3". What caused that?
depression.
Oh, you
Just
just
a very deep depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of solitude.
hmm,
I was isolating a lot.
hmm.
Wasn't eating. I would just sit at home, and honestly, I would just drink my butt off. I wouldn't eat anything.
Okay,
So
okay,
that really just, yeah. So that just drove me to that point of looking like that and weighing that much.
gotcha,
Um, barely getting anything in my body. Just to function. Um, yeah,
gotcha.
that's how that happened. It took a while, but that's how that happened.
And
Yeah.
the interesting thing is when I speak about soul agenda, because before I could call it my soul agenda, SOUL. It should have been my soul agenda, SOLE, but it wasn't because I was too busy focusing on other people, attaching myself to situations that, I shouldn't have. And in your case, you said you isolated, but you were isolating too much. And in my case, I wasn't isolating enough. So it definitely has to be a healthy balance. There's time for isolation. There are times where, you need to go out and be amongst people. But a lot of times, a lot of depression, a lot of nonsense comes on us when we don't have any silence. We don't have any time to get with ourselves because there's always something going on. You're getting pulled in 50 million different directions. And as we know, the holiday season is here. It's whether regardless you want to believe it or not, it's here. We're in the thick of it. Next week, is the
Yeah.
first big holiday. Um, what advice do you have for people now who are feeling like, okay, there's a lot going on. I'm obligated to come here. I'm obligated to go there. And then, this time around, people are thinking, okay, I want to get it together. The new year's coming soon. They all say new year, new me. So, what advice do you have for people who might be feeling a little stuck, who might be feeling a little drained, because the holidays and friends and family and all of the excitement that definitely can do it to people.
So two things. I would say you still have the power to say no. Don't relinquish any of that. It's okay to say no, to take time for yourself. And secondly, don't wait. Don't wait until January 1st to start whatever it is that you want to do, whether it is, going back to school or starting a business or going to the gym, which is the most common one.
Yeah.
Start now. Start now. Because the longer that you tell yourself, well, I'll just wait until January 1st so I can do X, Y, and Z. All you're doing is prolonging and defining those negative habits that you have even more, rather than replacing them with healthy habits.
And the long.
So starting now, yeah.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. So just starting now rather than waiting. That's your first step. It's starting now. But regardless of what anyone's going to say, you start now. And the same thing goes for the no. Yes, family's all around. Yes, everyone wants to get together. You've been at it. You've been going nonstop. You feel drained. You feel like you don't have any time to yourself. That's your time to tell yourself, you know what? Let me just take a breather, pull myself together, and just relax. Because the holidays aren't just about everyone else. You're part of the holidays and the festivities too. So you got to give yourself that same amount of attention.
Wow, that's really good. And the thing is that when you prolong it, like you said, you're just prolonging it. It's harder for you to make that shift. The quicker that you do it, the easier that it's going to be. And I know that that sounds easier said than done, but becoming a master of your own mind is a process, and it's something that you have to continue to go with each and every day. Like I said the other night, there are no days off. And I know that that's rough, but when you want to speak positive things into your world, when you had spoken so many negative things, or used to live so negative, or used to live backwards, there are no days off. That means that you can't be positive one day and then tomorrow I'm going to be jacked up. And then, by Wednesday, I'm going to be, a little more positive. But then, over the weekend, I'm going to speak reckless about myself and my life and my situation. It doesn't work that way. This is a way of life, and you have to make that shift and make that change. And what better, more time than to do it now? That's what I say.
Yeah, yeah, to do it now while it's fresh in your mind. There's no time like the present, right? You live in that moment right then and there. Okay, I'm making that change right now because it's what I need right now. Is that what I needed yesterday? Is that what I need tomorrow? Is what you need now. And like you said, it's that consistency. It's something that you do day in and day out, and it is a lifestyle. By no means is anyone going to be perfect, but it's having that ability to be resilient and to pick yourself back up and to have the confidence to go at it again.
I like that.
And it's really just, and so long as you surround yourself with individuals who know your goal and they support you in it, build that confidence and just keep going.
Yeah, that's very important with surrounding yourselves by the right people. So now is the time to start cleaning up your atmosphere. And sometimes your atmosphere will clean up itself on its own. And when that happens, if that does happen, that's when we basically should get with self, because not everything requires us to react towards it. Not everything requires a response for us to go back and forth. But your environment sometimes can clean up itself. And what that means is sometimes doors will shut, sometimes people will reject you, sometimes people will turn their back on you. And those little situations, when that does happen, it's a little blessing in disguise, at least I say today. Before, I used to get all bent out of shape, and I used to, want to figure out why and try to, course correct the situation. But when those types of situations happen today, I actually embrace it and look at it as, what am I supposed to learn in this moment here today? Am I gaining back some time, and am I gaining back some value? Did this door close so that this next one can open? Because if I go through this door and I look on the other side, that's where the true blessing is. But if I stay here and contemplate and keep going back and forth with a situation or a person who already turned around and did the 180, then I've already lost the game. So
and that's important. Just really being able to if someone walks out of your life, let them.
What? Absolutely, let them go. I'm telling you, what? The next thing that I want to put across a billboard is the things that I know now. Because if I knew them back then, when people walk out on you, let them go. Now you go ahead, finish it off.
No. Let them go. It's as crazy as it might sound. So I'm so in love, or this person meant so much. Okay, that's fine. You have those memories. You have whatever lessons you learned. Move forward. And it's not going to happen the same day. It's not going to happen the next day. You're going to try, and you're going to just try. As long as you let go and you are not holding on to something or someone who has or wants nothing to do with you.
What? Exactly.
Seemingly.
Sitting here holding on. Sitting here holding on, and I'm speaking to the old me. I'm speaking to the younger me. Holding on to these people, and they could give two craps about you. They don't care about you. They've already done moved on to the next one. They're already lurking and digging their fangs and their claws into the next victim. And all you were doing is hurting yourself because they don't care about you.
Hurting yourself and wasting your time. Think of it as, let's say this other person on the other side of a door, they have a rope, you guys are holding it.
Exactly.
The door closes, that person's gone, but you're still holding on. Nothing's holding that together but you.
Craziness. It's like you get rope burn. Shout out to Janet Jackson. I don't know if y'all remember that song off of the Velvet Rope album, but she has a song called Rope Burn. And basically that's what happens because that person shut the door, or they either went in a different direction and they got the rope and they're holding it because they have the power. And here you are holding on to it while they're speeding away at 100 miles an hour, and you sitting there full force hanging on to that rope, and all it is doing is burning and ripping and tearing your skin apart because listen, they've already done hightailed it out of there, and you stuck there holding on trying to pull them back, and they moving in the other direction. It's like tug of war a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Tug of war with no chance of you winning.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, except we never win. Oh man. You might think you won for a little bit because you pull them back on your side, but trust and believe that if that person don't want to be there, they ain't gonna be there, and they're gonna find a way to get out. They're gonna find a way to get out. They're gonna find a way to go back doing the same thing that they were doing before. You know, they're gonna find a way to get back to that next or ex lover or whoever they were chasing after in the first place. They're going to find a way to get back to those drugs. They're going to find a way to get back to that alcohol. They're going to find a way to get back to whatever it is that they want to get to because that's their sole agenda. That's their sole purpose. That's what they want to do in the moment. And once somebody has their mind focused on what they want to do in a moment, there ain't nothing that you can do about it.
And that's true. Whatever's out of your control, leave it at that. Control what you can, and that's it. That is it.
Wow, we speaking some facts here tonight. Let's listen. So
I know I'm liking it.
So this, you know what I love so much is that I titled this Evolution because, you know, I knew that there was something I needed to bring up in myself. So when we spoke earlier, you were like, I'm so glad that you reached out to me. And I'm like, yeah, you know, the people who came on that, you know, we were vibing, right? You know, I wanted to bring them back. But it's like all of the guests that I handpicked to bring back, y'all sort of are evolving with me at the same time. We were all like coming up, you know, doing our own thing. So the conversations, you know, are not lost. Like nobody is, you know, ahead of the other. You know, we're all like on the same page, you know, vibrating on the same level. So it's good to see that you are stepping in, you know, to this new dimension. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from, but it's good to see that you're here because not a lot of people are on the same level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying completely.
So that's
because it's hard to find people who are on the same wavelength as you, because everyone gets there at some point in time.
Absolutely.
But everyone has their own timeline for it.
Yep.
But when it happens and you find those people, man, it's great.
Yeah.
It is great.
Yeah, conversations just run a little bit smoother. You know, it's not that all that back and forth. It's not all of that drama. It's not. So I appreciate that. So now I want to get back into your personal training a little bit more. So you're certified. Can you speak to me about the certifications that you have?
Yeah, so I'm a certified personal trainer, which means that I am certified. I've studied. I know what it takes to achieve certain goals when it comes to the human movement system, the body, and things that you want to achieve, whether it's gain weight, lose weight, or maintain. And also I do life coaching, certified for that as well. And those are my main certifications that I really use. I mean, I'm certified in CPR too. That's cool. You know,
That's what's up.
But Yeah, so those are my main certifications. That's mainly what I do.
Okay.
And I also do have I don't have a certification for this, but I'll certify myself. So I host my own podcast, or a podcast, with three of my buddies. It's called Life is Rare.
Okay.
And we focus on like mental health and wellness. So those are the three things that I'm really tripling down on right now.
That's awesome. Life is rare. It most certainly is. So the fact that it is, we need to embrace it and do what we're gonna do with it. What's going on? I see Camille. I see not sure. I'm just saying my first. I saw you out there. So the podcast. Talk to us about that. How often do you podcast? Where can we listen to you at? Where can we find you at?
So we release an episode twice a month. We did that for 3 months this year, and everything had to stop. Some things came up in my personal life that I just had to. I just could not do it, and everyone else's schedules were kind of colliding at that point in time. But we're gonna be back next year, and we release episodes twice a month. We're on Spotify. We release reels on Instagram and TikTok, and we're on YouTube. And like I said, we focus on mental health and wellness. And although it is a serious topic, we do try to, make sure that we're not overwhelmingly just damning. Because there is some lightheartedness within that realm of discussion, to be had.
All right. Okay. Well, congratulations on that. I definitely know how it is, and welcome to the game. Welcome to the game.
It's rough.
It is. It's its own little thing. It has its own little ups and downs, and whatever happens, and yeah, it's interesting. All right. So before we get into the next part, if you can go ahead and let everybody know where they can follow you at, where they can find you at, if you have anything new coming up for the new year, now's your opportunity.
Yeah, so my name's Jacques Washington. You guys can find me on Instagram, LACREE17, and a podcast name is Life is Rare PC on Instagram. Like I said, we will be up and running again next year. We're getting everything set and ready. If anyone has any questions, whether it be personal training, life questions, whatever it may be, don't be afraid to shoot me a message. I reply quickly if I'm available, but I will get back to you within 24 hours.
Now, I have a question. Now, do you focus? Yeah. You focus on the nutrition part of it? Because I know you do the mental health. You have. I hope I didn't lose him. It sounds like you still there? Did we lose him?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. I heard this noise like it hung up. So I know you focus on the mental aspect. Let's see what else you do. The physical aspect. Talk to me about the nutritional aspect, because that's the part where I feel like I can use some coaching and I can brush up on a couple different things. The nutritional part aspect, making sure that, eating properly, have the right portions, because, I love to eat. So that's definitely one of my issues right there.
I think that's almost all of our issues of the eat too.
Right.
But keeping track of things like that. The simplest way that I've found to break it down for people is really just breaking down your you're coming from protein or from fat or from carbs.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to eating, everything needs to be done in moderation. If you're wanting to lose weight, let's say, then you would need to be in a caloric deficit, meaning that you should be burning more calories than you're consuming a day.
Right.
So if you consumed 1,500 calories, right, then you should be burning anywhere between 1,700 and 1,800 calories a day. So you're in a deficit of 200 to 300 calories.
Right. And now,
and sticking with that would lead to weight loss in a healthy way,
and
not like in a fat diet. But
and how often or how long? I guess it all depends on the individual, but I'm going to ask anyway. How long would someone need to start to continuously count and chop calories that way before they would start to see something showing up? Because I think that's where a lot of people give up, because they start and then they don't see the results immediately.
Yeah, you're not going to see results immediately. You're not going to see results immediately, and the reason for that is whether you're gaining weight or trying to gain muscle, or whether you're losing weight, a lot of the weight that you lose first, and that's, here's the thing, you shouldn't be focused on losing the weight. You should be focused on reducing your body fat percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when people start saying, well, my numbers aren't going down. Oh, I'm just going to give up. 3 months in, maybe you lost, about 5 pounds or so, but it's not your 12, 15 that you wanted to. But when you started, you were at about like 30% body fat, and now you're down to, 25. That's amazing.
Right.
That's the real goal, looking at the body fat percentage, because the weight loss is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That'll happen so long as you're consistent. Watching the body fat percentage go down is, to me, the ultimate goal. If you see that go down and you're able to get to a healthy body fat percentage, that shows that you are, actually making that progress. And also another thing too is that, man, when people tell somebody, hey, you look different, you've been working out, you've been doing something, take that, because you're going to look in the mirror and you're always going to see yourself.
Take those small wins, huh?
Take that. It's a small win, and that's someone noticing something's changed in you on the outside. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean others don't.
That is so true. And thank you for thank you for that, because there were some times where there's been a transformational process in me, and I'm like, really? I didn't see anything, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we can't see ourselves, other than the mirror. But whenever we look into the mirror, we're always going to see what it is that we want to change. So other people see the actual change. We just see a problem where there shouldn't be.
Wow.
So it's when people are telling you something, take it. Take it. That's a victory for you. You're doing something. Keep going.
That's what's up. That's some great advice. I want to say very special shout out to my D-Live family. Cindy, I see you out there. Thank you so much. And I think we had somebody else join too. Scooby-Doo. I love y'all handle names. Scooby-Doo and Cindy, thank y'all so much for joining out there. I appreciate you. We had Black Podcasting join, so thank you as well. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for hanging out there with me. Right now, this is Burning Questions. So this is a part of the show where I basically flip it and we getting ready to change the whole direction of the show. If you have any questions that you'd like me to answer, or you want to go back and forth with me, you can text me at 609-738-0611. Again, that's the official 411 hotline. That is 609-738-0611. If you have any questions, any feedback about tonight's show, you can go ahead and drop that as well. Burning question that we have tonight now. Are you signing up for a once in a lifetime experimental vacation to visit intelligent life elsewhere in the universe? Would this new vacation destination change your core belief or sense of who we really are as earthlings? So I'm going to go ahead and read that again. Are you signing up for a once in a lifetime experimental vacation to visit intelligent life elsewhere in the universe? And if so, would this new vacation destination change your core belief or sense of who we really are as earthlings? So, Jacques, there's a new vacation. Are you signing up for it?
I'm guaranteed to come back, yeah. If I'm guaranteed to come back and ain't no parasites in my body, I'm signing up.
Well, the only thing that got me hung up is it says experimental vacation. So this is a once in a lifetime. Well, we don't know. We have no idea.
We don't know. You don't know, yeah. I mean, it's experimental. Hey, could be, I don't know, could just be experimenting on how to grow a farm out on a distant planet. I don't know. But it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You've got the chance. So I'd say, why not? Why not?
I'm going to say, nah, go ahead. You can have all that. Let somebody else.
You can have all that?
Let somebody else be the experiment. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you know what? What is it? It happens, and then let's say you come back, and all of a sudden you're the savior of Earth and everything. Like, hey guys, we figured out the climate crisis over here, and that was the experiment. You're welcome, Elon.
Did you say did you say come back and be the savior?
Well, you're not like that.
Because I was good.
We saved the Earth. Not like that. Not like that. But like we saved the Earth from itself and the climate.
Because I was about to say, listen, there's only one savior, and I'm not him. So
no. I'm not talking about that savior. I'm talking about we're in the sense that we're saving the Earth from itself and the climate. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, these guys figured it out over there. That was the experiment. Came back. They took care of the problem for us. So we saved the Earth.
Well, I'm glad that you like to take risks when it comes to that. So if there's any new vacations or new, check this out, even new boats. I heard they're building a new boat that might be even bigger than the Titanic. So you know what I have to say about that? Y'all go ahead first, and I want to see how that works out after y'all have been around at least a dozen times, and then maybe I'll check it out and see.
Yeah, nah. See, that one I'm not getting on. Keep that. I'm not getting on that one.
That's funny. That's funny. So do you think that there are...
movie once too many times.
What's that?
I've seen that movie once too many times.
Oh, I only saw it once, and I don't think I can see it more than once because it was a long movie. But do you think that there's more to the story as far as what's out there in the universe?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know everything. We're not close to knowing everything, and it'd be ignorant to think we do know everything. There's a lot of knowledge that's withheld that we're not privy to. So I'm kind of forced to believe that there's a lot of unanswered questions, and there's a lot more to life and to the universe as we know it, and even Earth as we know it. There's a lot more to everything that goes on, and we're just all trying to play our part.
I feel you. You know what? We might end up being the aliens. How about that?
I've heard about that theory before, and it makes sense.
Right, that's what I heard before too. What's going on, Birdman?
So you know, yeah, like you know, maybe we're the aliens. Like, look at all these animals here. We don't belong here.
Right, right.
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I want to say thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. One last time, you can go ahead and let people know where they can go ahead and find you. And then we are getting ready to get on up out of here.
All right, yeah. So, like I said before, you guys can follow me on Instagram. So Lacree17, that's LACREE17. And the podcast is Life is Rare PC. Like I said, go ahead and shoot me a message. Don't be shy. I'm not rude. Very nice. I'll respond to you quickly if I see you right away. If not, I will respond to you within 24 hours. And Laren, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. It was really good talking to you.
Absolutely. And before you leave, I know you are, a family man. I just want to say that your son looks like Drake's son. Have you ever heard that before?
Oh my God, let's not start.
You don't think so?
Man, I think he looks like me.
Well, you know what I meant. You know what I meant to say. Not like look.
Yeah. I know what you mean. A lot too often we get the oh look, he looks like Patrick Mahomes. Oh man, Adonis saying, it's like, come on, guys, you know what? I get it. I get it. I can't even argue with them because I look at them sometimes and I'm just like, all right, I see it.
What a beautiful blessing. I'm so glad that everything worked out so wonderful. I think the last time I talked to you, he wasn't even born.
No, I think we were just right around the corner of him being born.
Yeah. Wow.
He's getting ready to make his debut.
Yeah, 2 years old, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, 2 years old, and he's already started the terrible twos. No one warns you about toddlers.
Here's my advice. If you're going to have another one, do it soon.
Oh God.
Because then you could just get it all over with, and then you don't have to keep reliving all of these things all over again. But that's just my advice. But
everyone's trying to get us to have another one, and I'm just like, hey guys, I think he's perfectly fine. But if it happens, it happens.
I feel you.
If it happens, it happens.
I got you. All right, take care. Hanukkah is over, so I can't say that. So happy Kwanzaa. I don't know if that's over yet either. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, the whole nine. Take care. I will talk to you.
Hey, Merry Christmas and happy holidays, and you take care.
All right, take care. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. O'Shea, candles in the building. We had Birdman that stopped by too. Thank you so much. We had Jacques Washington come through. Thank you all so much for hanging out there with me tonight. Tonight we were speaking about soul agenda. What's your soul agenda? One advice that I have to say is try to figure out what your soul agenda is instead of being attached and worrying about what somebody else has going on. Because the more that you focus on somebody else and you don't focus on you, that's the longer it's going to take when that shift happens. Because like we spoke about today, life is about ups and downs, peaks and valleys. You have some good days, you have some bad days, you have some good people around you, and then the worst part about it is sometimes we have some bad people around us too, and they stuck right here, they right next to us, only waiting to push that button and do the 180 and become a little shifty on us. And then when they become shifty, then we start to feel a certain way because our whole world just get disrupted. So Instead of waiting for all of that to happen, instead of waiting for all of the nonsense to happen and the breakdown and the shakeups, how about you turn it around and start focusing on your soul agenda, SOLE. And once you learn how to focus on your soul agenda, then you'll all of a sudden feel it in your soul. And I'm just speaking from my own life experience. That's basically what happened to me when I got with self, when I figured out what my soul purpose was. Now here I am stepping in, and this is my soul agenda. So, I'm just giving it to y'all like that. I want to say what's up to Jacques. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. Now, if you like the conversation that you heard tonight, you and I can have a one-on-one private conversation, the coaching sessions. You can go ahead and head on over to laryngaines.com and sign up for private one-on-one conversations, off air, off camera, whatever goals, whatever topics, whatever situations, whatever you like to discuss. We can go back and forth one-on-one private sessions. Head on over to laryngaines.com for that and sign up for that. Also, if you like travel, if you like adventure, holla at your boy. I can help you set up your little vacation. I can help you with your itinerary, any places you like to visit, help you with some discounts, give you a condominium vacation lifestyle. Text me at 609-738-0611. Let me know where you like to visit, which area you like to go in. And most of the units that I have will have a washer dryer, have multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, dining room, full kitchen. If you'd like to live or vacation and have a home away from home for that moment, you can text me at 609-738-0611. Let me know where you like to travel, and then we can get that conversation starting there. Finally, I have something new coming out next month. It's called Whispers of Wisdom. It's a newsletter that's going to give you all of the bits and pieces of what we have going on here at Black Diamond Productions. We have the 4-in-1 podcast. We have Reading Between the Wines. I'm going to give you Wine of the Month. I'm going to give you open availability as far as the vacation with me, the different places that we have available, for you to vacation. You're going to get, inspirational quotes and words of wisdom, all of that great stuff delivered to your inbox once a month. One small little email delivered to your inbox once a month. How can you sign up for that? Head on over to laryngaines.com and sign up for Whispers of Wisdom newsletter. And on that note, like I said, I want to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who checked me out, who hung out with me tonight. I appreciate that. My cousin Kim, I saw you out there. We have Jennifer. We have Hot Talk Shop. Make sure I said that right. Hot Talk Shop 2020. Thank you for hanging out there with me on TikTok. Thank you for showing me the love out there. We'll see you tomorrow. I got a special guest tomorrow. We're going to speak to a rapper tomorrow, musician. So head back on over, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Dis 3 Evolution, the 4-in-1 podcast. And on that note, I want to say thank you so much. Have a good night. And I'll see you when I see you. Take care, y'all. Jake Lift, what's going on? How are you? Good night.